Welcome back to Ghostlight, Tales from Alberta's Shadows, where legends breathe and shadows linger. Tonight will be a different kind of story, where the legend of Spectre Sage, the ghost life coach, a translucent mentor who traded moaning in hallways for motivational speeches in moonlight. From haunting to healing. Once a restless spirit doomed to roam abandoned mansions, this ghost had an existential epiphany after overhearing a podcast on self-actualization. Instead of rattling chains, he started rattling minds. Now he helps the living confront their fears, embrace their purpose, and stop ghosting their own potential. His workshop titles. Fear limiting beliefs. He teaches clients to scare off self-doubt like they would a ghost in the attic. Haunt your goals. Follow your dreams so relentlessly, they feel haunted by your ambition. Ectoplasm of empowerment. His signature green goo is now bottled as a metaphor for emotional release. It's mostly glitter and unresolved childhood trauma. And here are some client testimonials. I used to fear failure. Now I fear disappointing my ghost coach. He floated through my walls and into my heart. I cried ectoplasm for 3 days straight. Best breakthrough ever. Workshop titles. Manifest like a poltergeist. Transcendence through transparency. Unfinished business? Let's finish it. The beginning of the lore of Spectre Sage, the ghost life coach. A story whispered through fog and firelight, passed down by those brave enough to seek guidance from the other side. The lore of Spectre Sage. The awakening. Long ago, in the crumbling ruins of a manor swallowed by ivy and silence, a ghost named Thaddeus Gray drifted aimlessly. He had been a scholar in life, obsessed with unlocking the secrets of the soul. But in death, he was just another echo in the walls. That is, until one stormy night, a lightning strike jolted the manor's old radio to life. It crackled with a voice. You are not your past. You are your potential. Thaddeus froze. Something stirred in his spectral chest. For the first time in centuries, he felt inspired. The transformation. Thaddeus began studying the living, not to scare them, but to understand them. He floated through therapy sessions, motivational seminars, yoga retreats, and late-night breakdowns. He absorbed every mantra, every breakthrough, every tear shed in the name of growth. He crafted his own philosophy. Unfinished business isn't a curse. It's a calling. And so, he became the Spectre Sage, the world's first ghost life coach. The teachings. His clients were misfits and dreamers, those who felt haunted by regret, fear, or failure. He taught them to haunt their goals with relentless pursuit. Boo their limiting beliefs until they vanished. Transcend through transparency, just like him. His sessions were held in candlelit basements, abandoned libraries, and, sometimes, dreams. The legend grows. Some say he still roams, appearing to those on the brink of transformation. You'll know he's near when the air chills, your doubts whisper louder, and a voice says, "You are not broken. You are becoming." Let's dive deeper into the lore. This next chapter takes us beyond the veil and into the heart of transformation. The Haunted Retreat Center has opened its doors, and the TEDx Astral Stage has echoed with ghostly wisdom. Now we follow Spectre Sage as his legend spreads across realms. The Ectoplasmic Awakening. Word of Spectre Sage's teachings began to ripple through dimensions. Not just the living, but spirits, dreamwalkers, and even time-lost souls started seeking his guidance. His Haunted Retreat Center became a sanctuary for the emotionally entangled, those stuck between what was and what could be. Each guest arrived with unfinished business. A pirate ghost haunted by betrayal. A Victorian widow unable to forgive. A millennial who died mid-text and never got closure. Spectre Sage welcomed them all with a glowing smile and a mantra. You are not bound by your past. You are buoyed by your becoming. The rituals of renewal. Inside the retreat, guests participated in transformative rituals. The mirror of mourning. A cracked mirror that shows not your reflection, but your regrets. Only by naming them aloud can you pass through. The shadow work sauna. A fog-filled chamber where spirits sweat out emotional baggage and a little ectoplasm. The Ghost Goals Vision Boardroom. Spirits pin their dreams to a glowing wall. Some want to write books. Others just want to be remembered. At night, they gathered around the campfire of catharsis, where Spectre Sage told stories that made even the coldest soul weep. The Astral Address. Spectre Sage floated onto the red circle, surrounded by an audience of ghosts, dreamers, and cosmic beings. His talk was titled, Haunt Your Purpose. Why the Afterlife is Just the Beginning. He spoke of transcendence, of healing, of the power of unfinished stories. His final words echoed across dimensions. Legacy isn't what you leave behind. It's what you continue to guide. The phantom of regression. Not all spirits welcome Spectre Sage as rise. Deep within the forgotten corners of the Nether Library, a place where lost thoughts and suppressed memories gather, lurks a shadowy figure known only as the Phantom of Regression. Once a brilliant soul coach himself, the Phantom was consumed by bitterness when his teachings were rejected for being too fear-based. He now whispers doubt into the minds of the living and the dead alike, urging them to cling to their pasts, to fear change, to remain haunted. His motto, the past is safer than the unknown. The duel of dimensions. Spectre Sage knew he couldn't defeat the Phantom with force. So he challenged him to a duel. Not of power, but of persuasion. A debate held in the echo chamber, where every word spoken reverberates across time. The Phantom argued for comfort in stagnation. Spectre Sage spoke of liberation through transformation. As their voices clashed, the chamber trembled. Spectres watching from the shadows began to glow. Some dimmed, others brightened. The outcome wasn't decided by victory, but by awakening. Those who heard the truth in Sage's words began to rise, shedding their chains of regret. The scrolls beneath the retreat. After the duel, Spectre Sage returned to his retreat center, where a hidden chamber had been revealed beneath the floorboards of the Ghost Goal's vision board room. Inside lay ancient scrolls written in spectral ink, teachings from the earliest spirit guides. They spoke of a prophecy. A soul would rise not to haunt, but to heal, to guide the lost through laughter, light, and lingering love. Spectre Sage realized he wasn't just a coach. He was a catalyst, a bridge between realms, a reminder that even in death, growth is possible. The scrolls beneath the retreat center aren't just dusty relics. They're glowing with ancient wisdom, written in spectral ink that only reveals itself when touched by a soul seeking truth. Let's unravel their secrets. The Scrolls of Becoming. Beneath the Ghost Goal's vision boardroom, Spectre Sage discovered a hidden chamber sealed by silence. The walls pulsed with faint energy, and in the center lay a stone pedestal holding 5 scrolls, each bound with threads of moonlight. As he unfurled the first scroll, words shimmered into view. To haunt is to hold. To guide is to release. These were not instructions, they were revelations. Each scroll contained a principle of soul evolution, passed down by the earliest spirit guides known as the Whispered Ones. The 5 Scrolls of Becoming. 1. The Scroll of Echoes. Teaches that every emotion leaves a resonance. Healing begins when we listen to the echoes, not silence them. 2. The Scroll of Transparency. Reveals that truth is not found in clarity, but in vulnerability. Only when we become see-through can others truly see us. 3. The Scroll of Unfinished Threads. Encourages spirits to revisit unresolved moments, not to relive them, but to reweave them into purpose. 4. The Scroll of Duality. Explores the balance between light and shadow. Growth requires both, just as a ghost needs both presence and absence to exist. 5. The Scroll of Becoming. The final scroll. It doesn't contain words, only a mirror. When a soul gazes into it, they see not who they were, but who they are becoming. The Whispered Ones return. As Spectre Sage studied the scrolls, the chamber began to glow. 5 translucent figures emerged, ancient guides with flowing robes and eyes like galaxies. They were the Whispered Ones. And they had been waiting. They spoke not in words, but in feelings, gratitude, hope, urgency. They told Sage that the scrolls were meant to be shared, not just with spirits, but with the living. That healing must cross realms. That the retreat center was only the beginning. Only those who seek truth beyond ego and transformation beyond fear can face them. Spectre Sage is about to be tested not in power, but in purpose. The Scroll Keeper's Trials. Beneath the haunted retreat center, past the chamber of glowing scrolls, lies a hidden passage carved from obsidian and memory. At its end stands a spectral gate guarded by 5 ancient beings, the Scroll Keepers. Each one embodies a principle from the scrolls, and each demands a trial. Spectre Sage steps forward, his glow steady but flickering. The scroll keepers speak in unison. To carry the scrolls beyond the veil, you must first carry yourself through the fire. Trial 1. The Echo of Regret. The scroll keeper of echoes conjures a room filled with voices, every regret spectre sage has ever absorbed from others. He must walk through without absorbing them again. Lesson. Compassion must have boundaries. Healing others begins with protecting your own energy. Trial 2. The Mirror of Transparency. The scroll keeper of transparency presents a mirror that shows Sage not as he is, but as he fears to be. A fraud. A forgotten soul. A ghost who never mattered. Lesson. True guidance requires facing your own shadows, not hiding behind light. Trial 3. The Threads of Time. The scroll keeper of unfinished threads weaves a tapestry of Sage's life and death. He must find the loose thread the moment he lost his purpose and reweave it. Lesson. Purpose isn't found. It's reclaimed. Balance Scale. Trial 4. The Balance of Duality. The scroll keeper of duality splits Sage into two forms, one of pure light, one of pure shadow. They must reconcile without destroying each other. Lesson. Wholeness is not purity, it's integration. The Becoming. The final scroll keeper offers no challenge, only silence. Sage must sit in stillness and allow the mirror scroll to reflect his becoming. Lesson. Transformation is not forced. It is allowed. The scroll bearer rises. Having passed the trials, Spectre Sage is no longer just a guide, he is now the scroll bearer, entrusted to carry the teachings into every realm. The scrolls bind to his essence, glowing within him. Wherever he goes, healing follows. And so, the legend grows.